Our last question today comes from the Quest Academy fourth grade Mustang class. And it is a question that I really enjoy and really appreciate. The question asks, what types of words can't you use for the first word of a paragraph? What types of words can't you use for the first word of a sentence? And I love this question because it recognizes that there are ideas floating in the air about what words we can and cannot use to begin a sentence. Uh, and I'll tell you a secret, which I wish wasn't actually a secret. And the secret, which shouldn't be a secret, is that there really aren't very many words that we can't use to start a sentence. It really all depends on your creativity and what you want to say. Now, there are indeed three words which are usually said to be not very good words to start a sentence. And these three words are the words and, but, and because. Generally, especially when we are first learning to write or we're first studying grammar, teachers will advise, reasonably enough, not to begin a sentence with and, but, or because. Now, there's a reason for this. And the reason for this is that often at the beginning of a process of learning, starting a sentence with these words can become a kind of crutch or even a bad habit. I went to the store, and then I went to my house, and then I sat down on the couch, and then I opened a book, and then I read. And the and can become an unnecessary uh, beginning for a number of different sentences. So it makes sense that for a time we wouldn't begin a sentence with the word and. Same thing with the sentence but. If we start all of our sentences with the word but, we don't give ourselves the opportunity to learn how to construct other kinds of sentences. In the case of because, one of the reasons I think teachers often tell us not to begin a sentence with because is because it's too easy, at least at the beginning stages, to write not a sentence but a sentence fragment. For example, suppose I said, "Why did you go to the store?" And I said, "Because I wanted to buy a book." If I simply said, "Because I wanted to buy a book," if I was having a conversation or in colloquial language, that's a perfectly acceptable answer. You understand my reason. But if my task is to write a sentence, I haven't actually written a sentence. I've written only a sentence fragment. Listen to it. Because I wanted to buy a book. If I gave you that sentence all by itself, because I wanted to buy a book, you might be left wondering, what? Because you wanted to buy a book, what? I would need the other idea that the person who is speaking to me had to make the sentence complete. Because I wanted to buy a book, I went to the store. Now we have a complete and correct sentence beginning with the word because. Because I wanted to buy a book, I went to the store. We could also say, I went to the store because I wanted to buy a book. Also complete. Now, all of that said, the truth is that writers in English, including writers as famous and as well regarded as Shakespeare, have been beginning sentences with and but and because all along. But the secret is that and but and because, to be used skillfully, they have to be used within the larger context of a piece of writing so that they come naturally and they flow fluidly, and they don't confuse a reader, but they in fact help carry a reader along. So be aware of these rules, search for ways in which it might make sense to use these rules, and then consider what I think to be the real question. How can you best say what you want to say? How can you express your meaning as clearly as possible? Sometimes this might require you to start a sentence with and, but, or because. And sometimes it may require you to leave these words behind and reach for something else that might be even more surprising and more true to your own meaning. Let me know if that helps to answer your question, and I'll look forward to hearing any other questions you might wish to share with me.